Hello, my peoples. Welcome back into my office. Shall we? Okay. I have some good news. I think I have a good progress report this month. We're just gonna list them down. Ready? Vocal rehearsals. How have I been doing those? On and off, but fairly pretty good. When I have to sing or record or do anything, I make sure to warm up, of course. I think I still need to get in the habit of not singing before warming up. Like when I get up, sometimes when I know I'm about to talk or when I'm starting to play music and I know I'm about to sing it, I'll try to do some lip trills and just warm something up. So that way I'm not just outright singing. But for the most part, when I do have to do stuff, I do warm up. I'm trying to actually make that more consistent and really not talking or just flat out singing before warming up to do something, because it makes my voice kind of, I don't want to say hurt, but I can feel it in my throat sometimes, like it gets a little achy. So yeah, especially when I'm singing all the time anyways, like just regularly around the house, like I do it all day. So I think warming up in the morning is the best thing to do. Drink water right off the wake up is the best thing to do. But for the most part, yeah, as usual. To the knit and the grit, I am pleased to say that the 2 songs are done on my part. Okay? Can I get a round of applause? Thank you. So High and Toxicology, as I promised for the last video, are done, ? They're mixing right now, basically. One of them is actually done. Let me tell you a little short story. So timeliness is important. Having a timeline for yourself is important, but also gauging other things that you can't control is important enough for you to be able to actually stick to the timeline that you set. Because High, that song that I finished recording, the producer, shout out to the producer, didn't save the original files of the beat that he gave to me. And the mixer that I was working with needed the stems for that. So we were waiting around, sitting on it for a while for them to kind of try to rebuild it. But I ended up just try going with the studio that I recorded it at. Because I don't know, this is not the first mixer I think that I've come across that wanted the stems, but I don't know what's better when they do mix and stuff, but I guess that's the better option so you can blend everything well. But the studio that I'm working with is able to just use the final master recording of the beat all at once to mix with my vocals. So that's a little hitch that we kind of have in getting the process along, because as you know, I want to release them both at the same time. So the first one is completely mixed. Toxicology is done. And High, we're just waiting on finishing. So once that's done, I'm really just planning on releasing them 2 weeks after I upload them on my distributor, or basically 2 weeks after it's done mixing, when I have them both, and just start marketing the hell out of everything, which I should be starting now. I did post, I don't know how long ago it was, I did post a little video poll letting the audience know that I'm releasing 2 songs. I asked them which one that they wanted first. There was Toxicology, a little downer, and High, which is a little upper. So I asked them what they wanted, and they said they wanted High first. Surprise, I'm gonna release them both at the same time. But my next strategy, at least once I hear parts of the mix for High, I'm gonna upload the lyric sheet first and ask the audience what lyrics stand out to them before they even hear the song. And the only reason I'm waiting for the mix is because usually sometimes in my recording sessions I'll change up words or whatever, so what I originally wrote may not exactly be what I sang. So once I get that, I'll just write it all out. I have it in my notes, but I'll just tweak the notes if there's anything that changed, and then I'm uploading and be like, what lyrics do y'all like? in the song before they start hearing the song. Another fun fact that just came up in my brain, my younger sister, which she's gonna have to show me again because auntie's not that good at technology, but my younger sister showed me how to upload like music clips on Instagram that hasn't been released yet. Because I've always wondered, how do people like start teasing songs if it hasn't been released? How do you just upload that to Instagram or TikTok or whatever? So she showed me how to do that, or we figured it out together, but she's gonna have to show me again. And I guess you can like screen record that and then upload it on TikTok, because I don't think there's a direct way to do it on TikTok, but I'm excited for that. And I'm really scared on the marketing part because I want it to obviously reach more people. The more you release music, the more people want to reach. Marketing is so hard and scary. Like sometimes it's not as scary or hard as it may seem, but then again it is. And also like putting yourself out there constantly is so it's not nerve-wracking, but it's like, it could seem like it's annoying. Like, you know how people upload the same clip or the same clip of a song every day and has this certain content about the song, and it's like you hear it all the time, and in hindsight it's not that big of a deal. Like that's how you get people onto your song. But when you're doing it, it's just like, yeah, y'all gonna be listening to the same thing every day. Like this doesn't get boring. But yeah, so that's my strategy. I'm trying to really not up my marketing game. I'm trying to get the move on. So I have a couple things planned at least to get that released. And yeah, I'm finally wrapping it up, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. If you will hear it or have heard it, appreciate it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Also, I think I wrapped up another song. I don't know if I told you guys, obviously I was working on like a few songs at one time where I had to slow my roll and not collab with so many things at once, especially if I wasn't sticking to my timeline. But I finished recording another song called Sunsets. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but the producer kind of wanted like a Kid Laroi kind of vibe. And obviously this is my beginning stages of, you know, trying to feel out certain things and find a sound. And so it may not be, because I'm not a big Kid Laroi fan. Not to say that I've never heard of him, I just not in his community as much. So maybe the people who are, it doesn't really sound like him, but also just having your own interpretation and inspiration from a certain artist. So that song Sunsets is, I guess, with that kind of vibe in a way. And that one's being mixed too. So that one's out. And then there's before I get to this fourth song, the third song, Sunsets, it's a cool vibe. It gives like a beach vibe in terms of sound, but the song is kind of emotional too. I don't really know how to describe it, but for some reason, the songs I've been making are very closely related to loneliness. So Toxicology is about the toxic relationship. High is about being happy with being, you know, obviously being yourself, finding a way through life. A song that I made way before these two is called A Lonely. And actually, because I don't even know if it's going to be released or not. The guy hasn't even gotten back to me after I sent him on my vocals and stuff, which I want to re-record and try to upload if he hasn't yet. But it's actually, I think it's pretty good. It's very emotional, very like slow ballad-ish, ballad pop. And it's about being alone. It's about being so alone that you would rather be overwhelmed with people around you than being stuck alone in your own house, alone in your own mind. You'd rather be anaclophobic. If you know what that is, look it up. I actually put that word in the song, which is crazy. Like, who's used that word in the song? Okay. And then Sunsets is basically about, relationships, your partner leaving. I don't want to say leaving you, but like, maybe a breakup or something and being alone and you just want them back. And then this fourth song that currently is being circulated, oh my God, what's it called? 1 second. Okay. This song, I was gonna say doesn't have a name. That's why it was kind of hard for me to figure it out. I kept labeling the song as a type of sound that the producer wanted for the song. I was gonna say the name of him, but he's kind of in some deep right now, so maybe not. But it's, you know, same thing like Sunsets, want this, you know, certain sound with this vibe. I think I ended up just naming it Save Me. And that one's very emotional too, just as emotional as a Lonely, but in a whole different vibe. It gives you that like emo vibe. And it's basically about it's kind of, I don't want to say toxic. Well, it is kind of a toxic relationship type thing too, but about someone leaving you and like you were all they knew basically. Like that was your entire life. And now in a sense, you're going through all the emotions, like you're drowning in sorrow and you're suffocating in sadness and you're just going through it. So much so that it can possibly be a little deadly to you. So, yeah, that one, I don't know if I'm gonna change the title, but right now it's called Save Me. And it's definitely an interesting experience writing that too, because there's some things in there that, you know, I can't personally relate to in the way that I structured the song and the lyrics, but I like that I was able to explore that kind of range lyrically. Something like, who do I want to say? I don't want to say, but I guess I'm gonna put it in there because it's gonna be a thing. But there's one line that always sticks out with me, and it says, "Wore my heart." Wait, what's the part before that? Moment. Quick thing I want to add in here because I saw it peeping throughout the video and I thought it wasn't gonna be that obvious, but obviously it is. So I have a broken window, and that's why you see that little fly, that nuisance, roaming around in my video. But I'm definitely moving out of here real soon. But yeah, my window is broken. So if you see it, just try to ignore it, please. I'm not like that, I promise. Okay, thank ya. Okay, so the lyrics are, well, for this transition, it was, but you were way too greedy. Still, I thought you were worth needing. Wore my heart along my sleeves, and now both my wrists are bleeding. So that's very kind of like sad, yikes, you know? But it was an interesting, way I formulated the word. I don't know, I'm kind of proud of it. Especially with the heart on my sleeve, I definitely wanted to keep that part. So I was trying to structure it around that and how I could make the imagery following it make sense and really express how much that person leaving you cut, basically. So it's a very emotional song as well. So yeah, those are the ones that have been circulating during this period of time in the midst of the earlier two songs. But now it's also a little scary now, because now that I've gone through the songs that I have worked with for these couple of months, now I'm just like, what's next? Now I'm gonna go to the next chapter or door of like, okay, now I have to formulate a brand new song from scratch. What is that gonna sound like? What is that gonna feel like? What is that gonna be like? So I'm kind of excited. And honestly, the more you do it, the more comfortable and you get and the more settled in you get. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Last thing, to eliminate all my excuses of stuff that I have, I guess, put off. I bought some microphone equipment, some more microphone equipment. I don't think I mentioned this. I just recently bought like a Chaotica, the eyeball thing that covers the microphone, because my house is not treated, or my apartment's not treated to where it's like, maybe you could hear that it's bouncing off and stuff. So I bought the Chaotica. It did a little bit, but still not enough. So I recently bought like the, whatever you call that, the surrounded thing that goes around the microphone too. So I'm gonna try those in combination and see how that sounds. So that way I have no more excuses of recording. And we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just finding more ways to record, get music out, because the more consistent it is, the more exposure you're gonna get, the more fan bases, you know, the bigger the fan base. You build your fan base, you build your niche, you attract the people that like the type of music you make, and you formulate the sound and the brand that you are. So that is what I got for this month. It's about to get into a bunch of crunch time things, because life is moving fast, you know, when it comes to doing adult things like moving and, you know, holidays, and yeah, it's a bunch of stuff happening. So I'm gonna try to stick with it in the midst of life moving its course and doing whatever it does. But yeah, that's all I got. thank you guys for watching as always, for sticking with me. This seems relatively short, but I say that every video and it turns out to be almost 20 minutes. So I thank y'all for sitting for 20 minutes because your time is money and I don't want to waste it. But yeah, I'll see y'all next